when I do all 5 daily prayers, I don't do anything. Like, I already feel like I'm in jhana. Like everything could be burning around me. I don't care. Like, I'm so at peace. I've desired this my entire life. And I'm not going to tell you how many prayers a day I do, but it's just enough to be functional. It's like bills could start piling up, whatever. I'm like, we don't need to go to work. Like, it's fine. It's all written. And I'm like, no, man, you need to be somewhat normal. Go to work. Take care of things. Like I'm telling you, it's like being on a volcano. So if somebody is end up struggling, they just need to pray. Sincere prayers. Make sure when you're actually praying, like, make sure it's sincere. It's not just going through the motions. When you're in sujud, you know, I believe that's when you're the closest, is what it's taught. And it's like, man, yeah, if you ever need peace, you're ever struggling with anything, prayer is one of the best places. Sujud is one of the best places. But you're never actually alone when, just being in remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just the remembrance of him and who he is. Not that he exists, but like understanding his character and who he is. That alone will bring the comfort. And that's my advice. So and then when you realize like nothing else matters except for him. Literally nothing. Nothing else matters. And that's why, they always say put God first. Well, that's what it is. Like, he should be over everything. And huge amounts of peace will come. No loneliness. And then, you realize like there's a part of the human body that needs companionship. The kind of like the nafs, but there's like an emptiness there that needs companionship. It needs friends. It needs to be able to socialize with people. And it's like understanding that, yeah, but if you pray and you need, other people, like you'll find the Muslims. Like they're out there, people like you. I was praying for a while. I need some friends, like I do. I need people that I can relate to. And then finally, it's Bradley ended up, messaging me back. We were able to talk. I think we got Yusuf. He makes videos too. I message him. We talk occasionally about just certain things. But yeah, people that I can actually relate to. One of my favorite things is finding people in the military that converted or reverted over to Islam, because I relate to them so much. Even some of our humor is very similar. It's anyways, that's find out who you are, and then that would be my advice. Find out who you are. If it's comfort you need from friends, pray for him. He'll guide them to you. If it's peace inside, because life's going crazy, be in remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who he is. Study his 99 names. Read the several stories of how Judgment Day goes for people who are in remembrance of him. And then, it's just, I think that would probably be the most important parts that help me.
One of the best pieces of advice I got when building that piece when being alone was from another brother who I interviewed a few months ago, who he said being in sujud for extended period of times and making all of your sincere dua while in sujud, when your head's on the ground and you're there for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and you're just asking Allah for everything and just having a conversation with your creator. I think many times people don't know how to speak to God. And, I very often ask God, like, please guide me towards the correct way to speak to you, right? How should I speak to you? And so he was saying just like that sincere dua in sujud. Now I combine his advice with another piece of advice I got from a brother I performed Umrah with. He was a revert of like 12 years, Allahu Mubarak, super knowledgeable brother. And we were performing Umrah, and he said something while we were doing tawaf that just stuck in my head. He was telling us, like, make dua. And then at one point he goes, and if you don't know what to do, just talk to your creator. just have a conversation. And that like really started to spin in my head that maybe I should just like talk to Allah and talk to him in a way where he is the most high. Like you don't casually
Yeah.
yo James, what's
Hey,
up,
dude.
dog?
Yeah.
Like
Hey, dude. It's me again.
with respect, but have that
Absolutely.
conversation. So I've noticed now, like I find such tranquility and peace in long sujud and having a conversation with Allah. This is where I am. This is what I want. You know, thank you for what you've given me here. This is what I'm struggling with. And I feel like you build that connection, right? When you recite maybe dua in Arabic and you don't speak Arabic, you don't even know what you're saying. There's no connection there. You don't feel
Yeah,
that.
exactly. All my prayers are in English except for like the main parts. And
Yeah.
even then, but still, it's like I want to, it's uh, even if you don't know what to say, just go in sujud. And one thing I found is when you are in sujud, you have no pride. When your forehead hits the ground, like, and it's like no way would I ever end up getting on my knees for whatever. And it's like then you get on the knees, but it's like hold on, let's back up. Who you're doing it for and what the reasons are. It's like, all right, get on your knees, and it's like, for my creator, I trust him, I submit to him. And then you go to sujud, which is like the forehead. That last little bit of manliness that you have is gone. Like, you're a slave at that point. Like, beat me, whatever. It's all for my benefit, which is crazy to think of, but it's like, that's how much trust you have in in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's, when you hit go to sujud, all of that manliness, nafs, every little bit that you have is gone because you're so vulnerable. That's not the position a man should be in unless he is literally submitting to a higher person.